Excuse me, I'm trying to film a vlog here. What are they doing? Wristbands acquired. We're going to Wembley. I was fortunate enough to get tickets to go to the Taylor Hawkins Tribute Concert at Wembley Stadium in London on the 3rd of September of this year. We're going to Wembley, we're going to Wembley. How are we all feeling about the Taylor Hawkins concert? Active participation in the vlog is required. How are we feeling, Josh?
Yeah, mate. Was it?
Say hi to the camera.
How's it going?
It's my mate Josh. Plays drums. I think we've both basically followed Taylor Hawkins and the Foos since we were about 12 years old. Excuse me, I'm trying to film a vlog here. What are they doing?
And in the surrounding streets, you'll be asked to hand over their...
For me, it was a once-in-a-lifetime event, and I don't think we'll ever see a star-studded lineup quite like this one ever again. And I feel lucky to have simply been there to witness it with my own two eyes.
Let's have a quick look at the merch before we go in. Who are we most excited for seeing? I've kind of heard that Liam is going to be opening the show, which is fantastic, obviously. I think I'm most excited for seeing Queens, to be honest. Obviously the Foos as well, but Queens I think is going to be mega. I'd love for Theo, the drummer from Queens, to play a few songs with the Foos, but we'll see what it's all about when we're inside.
I mean, how many people can now say that they've seen Queen and Paul McCartney in the flesh? Crazy stuff. But as the door closes on this incredible gesture to one of rock's greatest ever drummers, another one opens. The question is, which door is it? Will the Foo Fighters carry on with a new drummer? If so, who will take the mantle? Or will they simply put their legacy to rest and go their separate ways? Well, if rumours are true, it could be the former. Let's discuss. So, for those of you that weren't able to get tickets to the event, which I assume is most of you considering they just did one single night at Wembley for the entirety of Europe, the strangest thing about this concert was actually how I felt and how my friends felt as well leading up to the event. Knowing that it was a celebration of someone's life, but at the same time, potentially the last time we'd ever see the Foo Fighters take to the stage. Well, obviously there's the second show in LA, but after that it could be the last time. So me and the guys were kind of debating what this gig's actually going to be like. I'm really excited for it, but at the same time a little bit sort of nervous or anxious, you could say, because I think it's going to be quite emotional. Really odd. I've never really been to a gig before where a possibility would be me sort of crying or sobbing throughout parts of it. So yeah, not really sure what I'm feeling, to be honest, but excited nonetheless. The lineup, as you've probably seen, I put it on screen somewhere, is pretty extraordinary. So many artists and famous people from around the world in one place for what looks to be 6 to 8 hours of live music. They're starting around 4:30, which is very, very early indeed. So really excited. It's going to be a long, fun, hopefully, eventful night with hopefully not too many tears. Yeah, we're on the road to Wembley right now. Probably going to get some food and a few pints or something like that before we head in. Alright, wristbands acquired and food acquired. Josh, what would you rate your chicken burger out of 10?
I'll give it a 4. Does the job.
Bang average, does the job, nothing to write home about, as you'd expect in one of these venues. Alright, so we're on our way to the Blue Zone. That's where we've been allocated. We are standing, which is great, but I think they've buried it up into sections. Interested to know what the format of the event's going to be. There's obviously so many people on the bill that I think maybe it's going to be everyone's going to do 2 or 3 songs or something like that. There are also comedians. We've got Chris Rock, haven't we, that's going to be playing as well. So it'll be interesting to see what the format's going to be. I've got a feeling it's going to be a bit like the Ariana Grande One Love concert, where kind of everyone just does a kind of 10-minute thing. But we'll see. On our way now inside, so see you in there.
I thought it would be similar to the Ariana Grande One Love concert held in Manchester, where you'd have essentially each artist come on, play a few songs, and then go off, and then you'd have the next artist. But this was so much more than that. Let me explain. So the format was class. Each artist or band didn't just play with their band, they mixed it up. If you'd have told me that Liam Gallagher was going to open the show with Rock and Roll Star and Live Forever, with the Foo Fighters as his backing band and Dave Grohl on drums, I just wouldn't have believed you. Or that Nile Rodgers would follow Liam Gallagher with Let's Dance, except Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age would be on vocals. Just amazing collaborations and lots of surprises. My personal highlights were obviously Let's Dance by David Bowie, performed by Nile Rodgers and Josh Homme. But the thing that really got the stadium rocking was when Brian Johnson from ACDC came on stage with Lars Ulrich from Metallica, and they did Back in Black. Justin Hawkins from The Darkness also came on stage and helped out with some vocals, and it just sounded incredible. The Sonics, my god, the Sonics. The ground was literally shaking, and it was just top-notch stuff from that point onwards. Lars is such a character as well, and seeing him drum to Back in Black and Let There Be Rock is just a memory that'll live with me forever. It's just something I'd never thought I'd see in a million years. And the surprise guest at the end, Sir Paul McCartney, what do I even say about him? Just a legend. I just don't think we'll ever see a star-studded lineup quite like that ever again. Now, this was a concert celebrating the drummer. Lars Ulrich from Metallica, Travis Barker from Blink-182, Dave Grohl himself, and many, many more. But there were two drummers that I have to single out that really wowed me. The first was Shane Hawkins, Taylor's son. Having him take to the stage was such a beautiful moment, and frankly, it basically had the whole audience in tears. Following in his father's footsteps, he played My Hero with the rest of the Foo Fighters, and my god, did he play that song like it was the last song he was ever going to play. What a touching tribute. Shane, I wish you all the best, and I cannot wait to see what you become. You are my hero. And you're already a world-class drummer, and how old are you? Like 16? The second drummer that I have to talk about from the gig was Rufus Tiger Taylor, the son of Roger Taylor, the drummer from the band Queen. Which brings me on to that big question. What next for the Foo Fighters? So something I learned only very recently was actually how close Rufus Taylor and Taylor Hawkins actually were as friends. Rufus is best known, I guess, for being the drummer in The Darkness, the classic rock band headed up by Justin Hawkins. But what many people don't actually know is that Rufus and Taylor have been good friends since childhood. Rufus wrote this touching tribute to Taylor in the lead up to the show. Taylor, you are my big brother, my hero, my mentor, life support, the reason I'm in this business. You were everything to me. The kindest, most generous and hilarious person I know who had time for everyone around you. And of course, the most ridiculous drummer on the planet. Beautiful style to watch. Stay loose, but hit 'em hard. We met when I was 6 and I looked up to you ever since. So many memories of us laughing together, all seared into my mind forever. Taylor is also Rufus's godfather, that's how close they were. During the gig, Dave Grohl even introduced him as a real member of the Foo Fighters family when he came on stage. And what was even more touching, but also very strange at the same time, was just how similar Rufus looked like Taylor when he came on and drummed with the Foo Fighters. It was a bit freaky, to be honest. I mean, he's literally got the same type of hair as Taylor, long and blonde, and he was wearing board shorts and a tank top, kind of like a doppelganger. In fact, I think many fans found it a bit foreshadowing, if you know what I mean. He's just a perfect fit for the Foo Fighters. Could he be their next drummer if they were to continue? Well, his live performance at Wembley was certainly more than impressive. Quite an interesting observation that my friend made actually was that when the other drummers like Travis Barker etc. came on to do the Foo Fighters songs, they basically just played the studio version of those songs. But when Rufus came on and he played songs like Best of You, These Days etc. with the band, they actually played the live arrangements for those songs. In other words, he played them exactly how Taylor would play them live. For me, he clearly lives and breathes the Foo Fighters. So much so that he actually knew the nuances of the performances inside out. And having that brother-like relationship with Taylor just makes me think he's perfect to take over the mantle. So that's what I think, but I'm more interested to know what you guys think actually. If the band were to continue, who do you think the next drummer of the Foo Fighters should be? Do you think Rufus is a good fit? Oh, and before I forget, thanks to Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters family for pulling off this frankly extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime event. A lot of work must have gone into that. Do hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and do subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And I will see you in the next one.
and trapped like livestock